Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick scissor cut today. I'm going to take a few minutes to look at the hair first before I start. So, Dave's got a really prominent crown, which I've tried to leave longer, but it doesn't actually work on his hair type. So I've actually cut it a little bit shorter there last time I cut it. Over this side, I have to leave it longer because he's actually got a bit of a crown there where the hair changes direction. If you go too short on there, then it's going to stick up. If we go to the back, he's got a little bit of a nape whirl. So there's quite a few things to consider when you're cutting the hair. Rather than just going straight in, it's always best to take a couple of minutes to have a look. And at the front, he's got a little bit of a widow's peak, so we don't go too short on the front. You see that widow's peak? A little V? So if you go too short on there, it's going to look a bit like Dracula. All right, so let's get started. So if we start on the side, I'm going to comb this area forward. There's loads of different ways to do this. I always start by combing this section forward and trimming these little bits off to make it really nice and sharp when you comb it back. So he's only having a little trim of the ends. So go in, cut the ends off. You see? So he doesn't want very much off at all. I'm taking these in a little bit tighter because you don't want bushy sideburns. And then we're going up the side of the ear. I watched a video once when I was learning and it said, "I'll follow the hairline round the ear," but I found that it made big cartwheels around people's ears, so now I do it quite a bit lower. You don't need to go too high up. So comb the hair. Right round here. And then we just follow that round the whole head. You should be able to see where you've cut before. I know hairdressers tend to pull the hair out like this. Yeah, and cut up like that, but I actually find it easier to do it this way. I wasn't keen on doing this at the start because I actually stabbed someone in the head. So yeah, I was a bit put off by that, but it's so much easier once you get the hang of it. You just got to remember obviously to go in with your scissors closed. I think I went in with my scissors open, that's what did it. So we're going down, so I'm just taking the ends off. Right, so the bottom I want really tapered in. If a man's wearing a shirt collar, they don't want it over their shirt collar, so you want it really nice and tapered in at the bottom. Okay, so follow it round. Also with the other technique, I find if you're using that round this side, so you go all the way around putting the hair out like this, okay, but the trouble is once you get to this side, it makes it a bit more difficult because you're sort of going, you've got to change your fingers, and yeah, it makes it just, I always find this technique really much easier. Okay, so going a little bit in at the bottom. So keep going round. You see where the longer bit is? Okay, so cut there. You see that? So literally just a little trim. I'm probably using the other technique on longer hair. It's probably much easier on longer hair. So I'm just going over it like this to make sure it's all nice and even and I haven't missed anything. Sort of like going over it twice if you like. Alright, so again, let's press it a little bit this side. So same again this side. Pull it forward. So you've got a nice sharp edge. I never go behind this bit. You know you've got this bit here. Never go behind that. Okay, so you're always just in front. So carry on this bit. And taper these in a little bit. And round the ear again. So I always turn my hand this way to do this side. There's a funny bit over the ear as well here. But the more you get to do someone, you're going to find out all the little quirks of their hair. Okay, so now to the top. So we're just doing a little bit off the top. Okay, so I always do a bit of the front. Usually I ask, how much would you like off? So then you can determine the sort of length people want. So I always start at the front, and then when I found out how much they want off, then I go to the back.